25 years. Can't believe it's been 25 years. Number one driving factor, results matter. It's just some Bluewater, baby.
All right, guys, Andy here. This time we're at PDMI. We're back in Miami at the Eden Rock, having a great time. PDMI does the East Coast and a West Coast thing. This is the East Coast, not the West Coast thing. So stay cool. Nobody needs to fight about whether East Coast or West Coast are better. Here's what's important about it. This conference every year, all the advertising groups come out, all the agencies come out, anybody doing performance-based marketing comes out to PDMI and engages in lively conversation, if you will. And now, as we're sitting here in a time when everything's changing so much, and you got markets changing, you got the way that content's being distributed changing, everything that's going on in the market, we're now at a point where we're looking around going, okay, what's different? Other conferences we've been to this year, they've been about how do you get branded entertainment driving? How do you get content into the flow? How do you get things onto networks? How do you start distribution strategies? This is very different. This is about the performance side of it. If you can marry brand and performance together and get branded performance results, that's what you're looking for. If you can build your brand identity, your brand energy, your brand awareness, and, oh, by the way, your brand loyalty while driving a performance measure, that's what you're looking for.
As always, we thank all of our sponsors for their support of PDMI East, but we particularly are here to thank our education sponsor, Bluewater, for their support. This is, I believe, the third show in a row that Bluewater has sponsored our education. So thank you again to Bluewater for their support of PDMI East.
Setting yourself up for success in the beginning of how are we going to measure this? How are we going to identify that customer and be able to track them all the way through that life cycle and match it back to what's driving the transaction in the first place has to be key to the setup process. So when we start at the beginning of thinking about the creative, not just from a TV commercial or if we're going to think about it from a digital touch point, but how many places and times are we going to touch the consumer, making sure that that message is integrated all throughout all those touch points and the website, that we're supporting it with, it's not sometimes a very popular word here, but like even the organic content that we're going to put out allows us to start to create a relationship with the customer and for them to start to feel some loyalty. And that is really what it comes down to with continuity, is you need to begin some loyalty with your customers.
Here at PDMI, we've looked at how to make the back end work. We've talked to brands that are trying to figure out how to connect the brand image that they're trying to create and the feeling that they're trying to create, like we've done with so many of our brands, to the performance measurement side of it, because this whole side of the industry all comes from what does the single dollar spent on media mean to the single dollar return. They're not often considering what the brand performance is. We come to it with a little different perspective. So there's networks here from the remnant media side of it. There's CTV companies here. There's all kinds of aggregators here. There's syndicators here that are saying, how do we place ads inside of these pieces to monetize for our brands? This is what it's about. The more you can start to think about not just the levels, but the individual pieces that go across. You have to step back sometimes when you're in an industry and step away from it for a minute and say, look, even though Bluewater is known for performance, we're known for analytics, we're known for measurement, we're known for optimization. What happens when you step away from it and you look at how brands integrate in content, and then you come back to it and say, but what really matters is the performance. What's my return on investment? What's my AOV? What's my CTV? What's going to drive me ultimately to profitability for my brand? And I want to tell you something. I just want everybody to stop for a minute and think about it. If you could spend $1 and get $3 back, would you do it? If you could spend $1 and get $10 back, would you do it? I think everybody's answer is yes. We've been doing this for 25 years at Bluewater. Results matter. That's why we stay involved with PDMI. That's why we stay involved with ERA. That's why we distribute things global. With the recent news about tariffs, it really is affecting a lot of the people in the performance industry because the cost of goods is going up. The effects that we're starting to see are going to create problems for a lot of the companies we love and work with. If you want to find out how to break out of that mold and go to different places, go to the Global Launch Summit this September in Las Vegas, the Global Launch Summit from ERA Global. Now, if you take away the tariffs and think about all the markets around the world that there's no limitation to, and start thinking about your marketing in this time where there's uncertainty, look at how you can grow your market share, look at how you can grow your business in these alternative markets. It's happening this September at the Global Launch Summit. PDMI has been great, but we look forward to seeing you in Las Vegas.